big wins. And of course, another win we'll talk about is the game with Richard Rapport, who's been sitting here patiently. Thank you very much. Timing is what it is. We simply had to cover that. Richard, today's game, what did you feel about it? You did have a difficult day yesterday. Actually, before I go to that, I don't want to have bad memories, but yesterday you could have easily liquidated the position and made a draw. What made you go for it instead of doing that?
Yeah, yesterday was a very, very traumatic day for me. You know, I think I haven't lost a game before, classical game, before this, like for 2 years, or maybe more than 2 years. Something like 60 games, you know, and then I have this position, basically where I think there are like 2 results. I mean, I can force a draw like pretty much anyhow. I could, I didn't have to allow him to take on f6 and enter that, but I chose to do that for some strange reason. And after that, I could just trade queens in time trouble on b3, for instance. It would be a draw. I could take on g3. It would be a draw. Like, I was looking for chances, and the time was ticking. I have like 30 seconds to move, and then I wanted to go rook g7, which is a good move. And then I look at the clock. It says like, okay, 2 something, yeah. And I just forgot that I already held my rook on g7, so I moved it 1 square behind. It's rook g8. I press the clock 1 second. I'm like, okay, completely in shock. And then he goes f3, and I was like, I thought that rook c5 is very unpleasant. And he goes f3, and I did the same thing twice. I repeated the same episode. I wanted to take, after some surprise, yeah, and everything. Rook takes h2, and king takes h2, and then f6. And then I, again, do the same, like the clock is ticking, and I forgot, and I started with f6, and it's move 40, and I can just resign, basically. Yeah. So I was, pretty upset about that, let's put it this way, yeah.
I can imagine. You did bounce back today, though, coming into this game. Frame of mind, you got a great position. Take us through some of the moves.
Yeah, of course, yesterday's game played an effect on this game, right? Because I was thinking to play maybe more ambitious than I would normally have, I don't know. So I played g3 first move, which, has no, I don't know, special intentions, and he played this knight d7 line. Yeah, I was expecting actually he will go g6 and try to get some Greenfield, after knight f3. Try to get some Greenfield kind of, business on hoping for me to play d4, and then he will transpose back to his usual. Yeah, and then he went knight d7, which was a bit of a surprise, and I didn't really check this line ever, so I just thought to play some moves. I think there was some games here, but I might be wrong. So
we have a Fisher 960 Fisher chess random chess tournament coming up, and we were thinking that you were trying to get a leg up on that event.
Yeah, it got a little bit confusing. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And then after bishop f5.
Yeah, I think e6, and then I took, he took, and I think maybe like what would have been possible also that I want to go for bishop g5, right? And I want to get this position like bishop takes f6, he takes back, I don't know, queen d3, and I want to play in the structure e3, b3, and c4 with having with not allowing him to trade the knight for my bishop. Let's say something like this, and knight moves, I know, to e2 or c4, and then I play c5. Like this is my plan basically. Yeah.
Right.
And I'm not sure if I could have done this with bishop g5 immediately. I figured I will go queen d3, he will go g6, and then I will go bishop g5. And then he went queen d7, yeah? And it's a little bit changed things. Like after g6, bishop g5 will be a better version, because like bishop b4 is queen e3 check. So he has to go like bishop e7. I mean, it's not a big deal, but it's a nice check to give, yeah. And then he has to go bishop e7, and then I can do this. I mean, if I wanted to, yeah. Like take, I don't know, castles, something like that.
And you get everything that you want, which is e3, b3, knight e2, c4, and it's play on 2 results.
Yeah, I feel like this is kind of unpleasant for him. And then he went queen d7, which is, I think, like I don't know if it works, but it certainly made an effect on me. So I played castles, he played bishop b4, and I went knight d1, right? And I was thinking, okay, I wanted to go for this knight d1 idea actually after bishop b4, but I wasn't sure like how to make it work, so I just did it immediately. It might have been, not that precise, I don't know.
Here, I was kind of banging the table for bishop h3, a move that...
Yeah, actually I was considering stuff like that, but after g6, what's your idea? Like I was thinking to play...
Nothing, just more or less the same as in the game, but you're still aspiring for e4, but maybe the fact that you've provoked g6, the rook.
Yeah, I wasn't sure because I freed his queen and then he can unpin as well. I was actually thinking I want to play after g6 knight d3 and knight takes f5, pre-move, right? Pretty much.
That
would be, and just positional sacrifice and play for f3, e4. I was thinking this could be interesting. Actually, the main reason I didn't go for this, because after knight takes f5, if he goes king h8, I am still pinned. And I wasn't really sure how to unpin, yeah? So I was like, if I can even, he can even lose a tempo, okay, it's kind of ridiculous, yeah? So, but...
That's pretty funny, actually.
That is pretty funny, actually. Nice. All right. So, in the game, you, after knight d1,
yeah,
you
so
got
I
an
went for this
f3.
shuffling in the back rank, yeah, queen e6, should g5. Yeah, and
and-
things get very concrete, right? Because we have this argument that he wants to play, queen e4, he wants to go on the e3 square, and I want to play e4, and we are both, it's very time-oriented matter, right?
Yes.
So I have to go c3, I think it's pretty forced. He retreats, I go rook e1. Yeah, and he took the pawn, of course, it's normal, queen c2 back, e4, and I think this is like where things were critical, I don't know. Maybe I was thinking, yeah, he played h6, yeah, which is normal. I think also he could play other moves, but h6 is like, he could play g6 maybe as well, I don't know. I was thinking it's maybe not completely stupid to play g6 and just to get ready for, I think I cannot take anything right now.
Because of e1.
Yeah, and prepare for e5. Yeah, and okay, here I could have retreat. It was also interesting, but I've...
Oops.
Sorry.
No, my bad.
Yeah.
I hit the wrong key.
Yeah, this is tricky.
It is, especially when you're up here with this keyboard. Sorry.
So after
this-
h6, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I felt like I could also retreat, but this was very forcing. The take on f6.
Right.
Bishop c1, I don't know. Like, I thought he might have some ideas, like, I couldn't calculate it so much. Like, I saw that fe, for instance, doesn't work for him. Like, fe, knight e4. Knight e4, f5 doesn't work because of knight f6 check. No, take here f5 for black, yeah. Like, something like this, he cannot just go for stuff like this. But, like, I don't know. Like, I thought, okay, this was also very much playable.
Okay. But in a game you took.
Yeah, I took e5, f4. I think he played well h5. It's very forcing. I have to do something concrete. g4, and okay, yeah, this was a mistake. He also said after the game, I think he should just hold the structure somehow, right? I was planning to play something like maybe knight h1, like next, but it would be really complex, yeah? Like, I want to basically, provoke something, like for instance c6, I don't know, knight h1, yeah? And if h4, I have some queen f2 stuff going, I don't know. And if he takes, I just play f5, so... Like, something like this was my plan, but of course I could easily lose here as well, so it's not, Yeah, after this queen d1, I thought, okay, I'm doing, reasonably well. Yeah, and, I think the attack is just flowing. I don't know if I played it, really precisely or not, but it's just I have so many attackers, and pawns in the center are, doing a really good job, so...
Yeah, visually, it just looks
yeah,
overwhelming.
exactly.
There was just one moment right here that, well, unfortunately, the engine pointed out a really, really nice variation.
Okay, for sure, I missed something big.
Yeah,
there.
C3 takes D4, rather prosaic. But why didn't you take the bishop? What were you afraid of?
You're going to tell me soon what I will feel. Knight takes, and queen takes a6. Oh my god.
There goes the house, right? Queen takes A6.
Yeah, that's a real pity, actually.
Yeah, it's very pretty.
It would have been really cute to play.
Yeah, that would have been nice. Okay, you didn't win the brilliancy, but it was a good game. It was a very good game. Richard, how do you feel about your tournament now?
Okay, 50% is good, especially when before the game I was -1, so
Yeah,
that is certainly nice. But overall I don't know. I'm still under some kind of effect from this unnecessary loss. I can't really be happy about this win, but sure, it's nice to win a classical game against such a caliber player. I think actually this was our first game ever against Peter, and okay, I have huge respect for him. So. Of course, I feel much better. Looking forward to the rest.
Thank you so much, Richard. Good luck for the rest of the tournament. Alejandro, Maurice, any questions for Richard?
Well, a question that you had earlier, and it seems that he's not fully over it. But Richard, we've been wondering, how do you recover from a loss and are able to focus on the next game? And in this one, it seems you haven't actually given up on that loss, that it still bothers you. What's your state of mind in this kind of scenarios?
I think I'm going to carry that with me for quite some time, especially because, I don't know, all the circumstances combined. But, I guess at the end of the day, it comes down to, enjoying playing chess. Yeah? Like, I thought, okay, I have a white game. I am playing a great opponent. Let's try to give my best and maybe try to have some fun. And of course, I missed queen takes a6, so I didn't have as much fun as I could have. But it comes down to it, I think.
Well, thank you, Richard.